Ghosts with big naturals. Let's talk about them. I've long been sitting on the tale of Malaysia's Hantu Tetek, a phrase that actually translates to boob ghost, or ghost boobs. Actually, sometimes she has a much more specific name, Hantu Kopek, which is the nipple ghost. Either way, she is a crepuscular ghost because ladies love the golden hour, and she preys on children and men if they stay out past dusk. Now, those enormous jugs are not a seductive element. They are a weapon. She uses them to smother her victims. If you have any doubts that big boobies are enough to scare off children, I shall relay an anecdote to you. I went to my first Ren fair at the tender age of 6, and when I walked through the gate, the very first thing that I saw was a wench who bowed down extremely low to me, putting me eye level with her cavernous cleavage. She wanted me to feel like a princess, but I have never recovered. Anyway, there are a bunch of spirits with big old boobies all over the world. I'll start with the ghosts in South and East Asia. In Indonesia, the Wewe Gombel is a fairly wholesome version of the boob ghost. She uses her pendulous bosom to trap and hide the children she kidnaps, but she only takes children who are being neglected or mistreated so she can take better care of them. See, she was a barren woman in her lifetime, and that was enough to make her husband cheat on her. So Wewe Gombel killed him, and much like La Llorona, killed herself out of the regret. So she purposefully seeks out children who she thinks she could provide a better life for. Unfortunately, there is only so much Wewe Gombel can offer the children she kidnaps, so they either starve to death or are found eating their own feces to survive. There's some real ups and downs in that folktale. Another well-endowed ghost with good, if misguided, intentions is Japan's Chīnouya. The Chīnouya is a spirit that haunts the rivers that flow near children's burial grounds, and these spirits take care of deceased children in the afterlife. That is so sweet. Unfortunately, they don't have as much care for living children, who they will pull into the river to add to their dead collection. Now, she does not weaponize her bosom. Hers is so swole due to the bountiful amounts of ghost milk she carries. Knowing how painful oversupply of breast milk can be, can you blame her for dragging children into the water to relieve her swollen swingers? Someone get this ghost a pump. Now, Vietnam's Ma Vu Dai has no interest in children. She is only interested in smothering men with her elongated fun bags. Ma Vu Dai haunted the Chīnouya prison in the 1960s, where after midnight she'd appear with mournful cries, wearing a white dress. She'd walk cell to cell, and at each one, oh dear, at each one she would expose herself, revealing bosoms longer than a man is tall. And then, well, she behaved very badly, forcing each prisoner to participate in her nipple play, whether they liked to or not. Look, when she lived, Ma Vu Dai was a very mistreated prisoner. She was treated so badly she took her own life. Hurt people hurt people. So for the love of God, stop hurting people. Now, white folks, of which I partially am, I'm sorry, don't think we don't have our share of disturbing ghosts with tremulous titties. In Scandinavia, the Huldra, one of many names she goes by, is a forest spirit, and she has to throw her lengthy dongles over her shoulders while being pursued during Odin's hunt every year. And you know, if you're gonna run after a lady once a year, the least you could do is offer her a sports bra, Odin. In Denmark, they have a similar figure named, Slatten Pat? Look, I really tried with the pronunciations, but it turns out that Forvo doesn't have an extensive dictionary of boob ghost terms. Anyway, that word that I butchered means saggy tits. Saggy tits is a mother, and her children are fish people. And if you suckle from her, no matter your age, you'll gain super strength, which means she is sought after by weirdos. Now, lest you feel sad for the European babe ghosts with the bodacious bazookas, there are some evil ones. In the Alps, the Langtutten likes to play Russian roulette with her cans, offering them up for nursing, but one of them is poison, and you don't know which. Rogenmund stabs children with her iron nipples, so she doesn't deserve to be pronounced correctly. And Kornmutter forces children upon her burning ones. My God! Women cannot just, fucking feed their kids without their boobs being demonized. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. I have one more, though, and she is Booby Susan. Booby Susan is from Jamaica. She's a duppy, which is a spirit that can take on human form. She's very tall, and her melons hang below her knees, and she too throws them over her shoulder like a continental soldier. Yes, there is evidence that that camp song has dirtier origins than one's ears. Booby Susie does this so she can easier chase her victims down to kill them with her poisonous hot breath. So if you ever feel bad that you can't find a bra that fits correctly, it turns out it's a real problem for like literal supernatural figures too. There you have it! Way too much information about haunted Hooters. If you enjoy your folklore with a side of dirty jokes, I think you would love this book. A book that I wrote and is available wherever you get books. It's coming on October 7th. It's so soon. Oh, I hope you get it because I know you'll love it. There's some dirty ghosts in here.